Today, we're going to Leeds, and what we do there is quite simply alarming. Welcome to our channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. And we're on our way to see Van Guardian in Leeds. And this will hopefully add a good preventative alarm to our van. And the reason we're going today is that during the week someone in our village had their motorhome broken into and no one heard a thing. And it's worth pointing out right from the start that this is not a sponsored video, and we paid for Van Guardian with our own money.
You can kind of see a typical kit here and what it's made up of. You get a complimentary rucksack at the moment while stocks last. This is very popular. It's lightweight, sits as a little bag and opens up to a full rucksack. So we like to provide all our Campervan motorhome purchasers with a free rucksack, so you're going to get that complimentary. In your kit you always get 2 master remotes. You only need to use one of them, but we always provide a spare. You get a full set of catalogue bundles and instructions and other features with your kit, so you can digest that. I'd recommend totally that you read the instructions before you fit it. If you're a bit skeptical, go to the QR code, scan that, go to the YouTube channel and watch a full fitting that we did on Kevin's campervan. Kevin's an ex-police crime prevention officer. He came to see us and we fit his campervan up, and there's a full video on there if you watch that and scan that QR code. So that's very interesting. So you get a full set of that. Typical bundle, ultimate bundle, 2 duals, 2 singles. You get the cover plates, you get the cabinets, and of course inside it there's electronics and the bases. You get a 3M cleaning wipes, and of course if you've ordered the wall switch, it'll come with your kit, and you get a matching colour, whichever you decide to choose. These are all the screws that fastened in. We've just removed them for the ease of the fitting on this today. When you get those out and you're ready, just give that a little tap, draw down the base. Those are your bases. We're just going to take all those out now. You'll see inside as well the cabinet there's a little tab. So all the units come with power already supplied in them. All we want you to do is pull out that tab. Some of them are a little bit tight to pull out, so just get a pair of pliers if you haven't got quite the grip to pull it out. But that initiates the power to the electronics. They're all prepared, ready to go. We'll make it as quick and simple as possible for you. All you're going to have to do is fit it. So we take out these, prepare these, get the bases ready, and we'll do the same for the jewels. Give it a little tap, put your base down here, pull out your tabs, get rid of that, pull out your tab, and then finally this one. Pop his base down, pull out those tabs, initiate this power. There you go, that's all your bases.
Excellent.
First thing you're going to do is decide where you're going to position them on the vehicle.
So we're going to have a single on each of the front doors?
Yes, we're going to have a single on each of the front doors.
A single above there?
Yeah.
A dual on the other side and a dual at the back, is that right?
That's right, that's it. Yep, we'll just reiterate that. You've got a dual on the back. We'll position it up here on the opening door. It will cover the whole of the back. The all-important side door, the habitational door, we're going to have a dual alarm up here where we recommend. It'll cover the handle, it'll cover the whole of this side, this window, and give us some protection as well to the side here, off to the side. And of course we'll have another single positioned on the passenger door. Right, let's get cracking, let's see if we can get them fit. We just want to make sure we're far enough back that we don't infringe onto the vehicle. So I'm just earmarking that as regards off this line here, so I'm going to make sure the base is fit behind this line here. So all your kit comes with a 3M wipe. So once you've cleaned the area, and this is pretty clean as this van, sometimes they come in a little bit, they've been travelling, but literally clean the area that we're going to position the Van Guardian. And we know we've checked this, remember, open this door, make sure that you set your base far enough back that you don't infringe on the wing when it opens. It becomes a problem. I'm going to just pop it just inside this, around about there as well. And I always follow this line here, so even if sometimes they look like a bit slopey, look and see what helps alignment. It's not always level that looks right. Sometimes you follow the slope. Then we take the multi-tool, and this is designed to hold in your hand like this with the tapered end to provide pressure over the surface area. This is crucial to help the adhesive and activating the molecules to create the strong, lasting, waterproof bond. So take a few moments to get into each corner, applying a bit of pressure across there like that. If you've not already done it, remember to pull out your tabs before you fit it, otherwise it won't work. And believe me, I've done that many times whilst I've been talking. This is the only kind of screwing that you'll be doing in there, no drilling or screwing of the van. Fantastic. So the concept, as I say, with Van Guardian, one was to address an issue which was glaringly obvious. Allowing thieves to operate around vehicles undetected helps and facilitated them to carry out the damage. And we needed to address that problem, and it's common sense really, but everybody seems to miss that. Putting devices inside a vehicle doesn't work because you can't hear it, and you know, creating a preemptive solution from the exterior creates a visible deterrent as well as a powerful alarm on contact, and common sense always prevails. So to remove a cover plate, you're applying pressure across that way. You're going to support it in your hand. All you're going to do is you're going to literally pulse.
So at no time is that pushing against the van?
No, that's
it's
correct.
Just pulling away?
It's literally pulling it away from the van.
Okay.
So you're just on a counterlever mechanism, counterlevering it off the clip that's here. So you've got a clip receiver and a clip that locks in, and all we're doing is literally pulling it away, counterlevering it off. So again, I'm going to do that again because I can't emphasise it enough. Check the opening of the door, as we always do. Check the cabinet, make sure that the cabinets fit. We have enough space away from the edge of the wing. You could earmark it or sight it from the edge of the mirror there, as I've done, and just visualise where I'm going to position this base when I come to fit it, which is going to be around about there. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to sight it underneath, like I've mentioned before. Just set back enough there. I can't emphasise too much just how important it is to get the right screwdriver. So remember PZ1, and you can always tell if you've got a good one, because if you put the screw in, it'll stay in, and that makes it so much easier when the screw stays in. Right, all that's left now is to add the cover plate, click, lock it in place. There's a left and a right hand. We kind of have the slope at the front leading edge. With the jewels there, obviously you can't go wrong with that. With the cover plate, it's left and right handed. Obviously you won't fit it upside down, so the principle and the fitting is exactly the same as the jewel. There's just a longer base. So we've already cleaned that area up there and agreed where it's going to go, so I can jump on that now, take the tool, and we can start that process up there. Just offer it into this zone here. I'm just trying to sort of get a little bit square on the edges there, like that. There's a lot of cameras here. Do they affect that? No, it's usually close enough to the vehicle that actually it doesn't affect the camera vision. So I can kind of time it roughly how long it takes to fit a dual alarm. Bear in mind we've cleaned the surface area earlier, so we've kind of a little bit of a cheat. But we take our base and we peel off the adhesive back cover so we can expose the adhesive. Try not to touch that and contaminate it. So we've decided this is where it's going to go nicely. We're going to offer that here. We're looking at the sight lines, trying to make sure it gets level with the sight lines. Once we're happy, apply a little bit of pressure, and then we take the tool, multi-tool. It's for removing the cover, but it's also for applying pressure over here. So we'll spend a couple of minutes just rubbing up and down into these corners, into these edges, activating the adhesive molecules underneath, and this will help create a strong lasting bond to the van.
Is that a heat thing that does that?
It's more pressure. It's more pressure, really. Yeah, it is. It's just the pressure. There will be some friction heat, but it's not the heat we're trying to get, just the pressure. Going across it twice is usually enough. So remember, when we get to this phase, remember to pull out the tabs, initiate the power to the electronics. You don't want to be taking it back off once you fit it. So pop that in place, get a screwdriver, and we'll screw it up. Take out our screws and screw it in place. As we're doing that. Remember, PZ1 screwdriver, perfect fit for the screws, and keep that somewhere in your toolbox for future battery maintenance. That's that. And finally, the cover plate. Click, lock, finished. Job's a good one. So I'm going to put it centrally over this window, or as visually centrally as I can. I think that's about there. Just apply the pressure. Right, last but not least, there we go. Awesome. All in place. Let's just go in and have a look where we're going to position the wall switch. The RF wall switch is totally wireless. All it requires you to do is peel off the tabs at the back. These sticky tabs enable you to attach it without drilling and screwing into a position of convenience. So what we'd recommend is, on a sleeping compartment, there might be a panel nearby where you can reach across and just turn it on. I'm holding that up there, but even though I know that's a cupboard door, but in essence, so long as you can reach it and turn it and arm it at night, when you're ready to settle down, you'll get the blanket of protection around the vehicle. Vanguardian don't go off with rocking and swaying movement. It'll only go off from knocking on the fabric of the vehicle. You can use the toilets, but you just don't want to open the door and slam it. You want to be just conscious of the fact that the alarm's on, and so you'll close it. So as long as you're sensible, you can actually get the blanket of protection around the vehicle at night to stop door tampering and lock damage and thefts from garages or removal of bikes on the back. Where we're going to position it, well, it's personal choice. So we always like to let people decide what's best for them, and what suits somebody might not suit somebody else. Somebody might prefer it here before they get into bed and actually fit it here. We've done that before in the past, but we'll leave that with the end user to decide what's most convenient for you. But it's a simple operation: peel and stick, add it in place, arm, disarm. Panic alarm function, fantastic. If you're a sole traveller, a lady travelling on their own, and you want peace of mind at night, there's a panic alarm function here that'll activate all the alarms on the van to draw attention to your plight, to you, and give you peace of mind that you've got that security blanket. I'll basically just go around and we'll test everything that we fit. So we can use the wall switch. So for arming the Vanguardian, literally you press the top button, you're getting the beeps, and the beeps letting you know it's receiving the signal. The final set of beeps let you know that it's now set. What have we done there? We've thrown a blanket of protection around these protected zonal areas, so if anybody tries this window and gets in, we activate this alarm. Anybody touching the handle to get in activates the single alarm on there. So we've got a couple of zones protected from contact going on there. Let's move around and we'll just check the other zones, make sure everything's connected and working. We have a single unit there. It doesn't matter if we touch the handle or even if we touch down here, it'll activate the alarm. That one actually activated that one up there, so we have a crossover here of protection from both sides. So even a bit of door tampering on here activates the dual alarm. It's gone off now for 30 seconds. We'll just turn that off. On is the top button, off is the second button down. So you've got lock, on, unlock is off. So we'll just arm everything again. We'll just continue this. Everything's working in this area here. So we'll just move around. And finally the back door area. Even though we've positioned it over the handle of the working door, which activates, you do get protection over here from the other side, from this door, that window, anywhere around. What you're hearing with Van Guardian is first 2-second alarm blast, letting anybody who touches it know that the vehicle's protected. What it does then, it waits 10 seconds for second contact. Second contact to the vehicle will activate the 30-second alarm blast. What we know about van crime is everything will happen within 30 seconds. That thief knows that he's been drawn attention to his activity. We've exposed him by the alarm being preemptive, and now he's on the back foot and he's looking around because he's exposed. Invariably, a thief don't want the attention. A thief not there for confrontation, and they'll evacuate the scene. Job done. This is the value of Van Guardian. Preemptive alarm to stop thieves operating around your van undetected.
At this point, we asked Mike if he could give our viewers a special discount code. And here it is. FTVG5 for 5% discount when ordering Van Guardian products online. What a nice guy.
He was really, really nice. He was passionate about his product. He lived for that product, and it came across in his dealing with us.
Turn right onto Jack Lane.
The fitting,
then turn
he took
left
care.
onto
You could see there was
District
care
Road.
applied to when fitting it, and I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah, really pleased.